Adam's old ones. But
Well,
I hear the
thank
hopping
the
flats are
Lord.
more of a pigsty.
They still are a bit, but the quality went downhill at Adams, too.
What? Pray tell.
More wine,
You
Master
were a
Bailiff.
frequent
I
customer
have
there.
enough wine.
Or
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a she thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you
Where can I
use your eye. Come right.
The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few
Nice.
steps from the city wall.
Whose silver might this
Certainly.
be?
And they can get leeches there for free.
So, did you find it?
I did.
Not so loud. And now go back to your...
Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spare. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off
I
another
fancy some
deed.
Tokai.
That's nothing
Refill,
unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
Sir?
But as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Looking for a keg of powder.
See now. And did you get it in the end?
Bullshit!
Well, I
You
didn't.
know full
But it's just as well.
Everybody knows.
I'd be afraid
He
I'd
wiped
end
the
up doing
floor
something
with you.
regrettable.
Compose yourself, Adam, and
Black
stop
powder
drinking.
has to be handled
The king
cautiously.
might come any
Anyone who
time now.
doesn't know what they're doing should give it a wide berth.
The anointed monarch with such... Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Ruhe!
Tokai!
Franz, please
and a full
continue.
cup.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that's just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
Sir?
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending
Thank you,
Rutard?
waiter.
Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly
You there, lad.
exaggerated.
A cup of bread.
I don't think Rutard
don't you
will
skimp
cause
on me.
any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to
Sir?
himself while the king is here.
That's true.
Well,
Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, and other scum of all
a full
kinds.
cup
But
of
city
monastery
councillors,
wine.
Be specific, Forsooker. Are you
Sir?
blaming one of us?
Ah, and look who spoke first.
Don't hang around
First
me.
of all,
Vanish, you hear
wasn't a
me?
duel. It was supposed to be
can I
an
say?
honourable combat.
There's a nice view
Why
from
did you
here.
take part in it?
And that's
All
the
out of
only
here.
reason
Really?
you're still here on the council
I
and
think
not
I might
in the
have something
pillory.
to say on the
If you
way
want to
out.
blame somebody,
Get out of here.
you
I
should
beg
point
you.
the finger
Just
at the
vanish.
youngster here who's...
Excuse me.
Ah, never mind.
I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us.
Boy,
It's now
Come here
run
for a
by the
moment.
German Menhard.
Everything in order?
Not quite. But I think you might be able to help me.
What can I help you with?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if
All right.
I knew I could, while you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But
Because I'm bored, and because I told...
The open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already laughing at us.
what? You?
So what if they have one more reason?
My words exactly. The town count.
So, let's...
I found you.
Really? And did you count those?
I counted.
And you counted correct. So you can have a bit of fun in the evening.
Beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Since there is the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those
Hey,
so-called
Pour me some
craftsmen
Tokai.
are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or report sick, and if they do come, their work is shit,
Sorry.
and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's
You, lad.
a waste
You look
of
familiar
time.
to me.
I tell you,
Have
a
we met?
waste of time.
Well, naturally.
Adam,
I go to your tavern almost every day.
Really?
Ranting.
Then you must have decent wages to be able to visit the best tavern in town regularly.
Haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like
Hey,
to
boy,
have your own
a full
altar
cup
there?
of monastery
So what
wine.
if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A
you?
swordsmith dares to
I
insult
see
me?
you've come up in the world.
Ah,
From a
I
bathhouse
think
boy
not.
to a waiter.
Excuse me.
You'll go a long way.
You wanted to
One
buy
day I'll
yourself
be the
an
bailiff
eye
here.
in the cathedral.
Wait and see.
Just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army.
You there,
If that's
lad,
all they have,
a cup of red.
they would be
And don't
defeated
you
by
skip
that
on
bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Opring.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those
Thank you,
wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you,
Something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Juchek Usse, Alegiop Katonaikat, Ishkelkinek Udra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of fights!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the...
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied... We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi used...
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man, too.
I wouldn't be too sure. Who's that French fellow you brought here from...
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to heart. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe?
What can I say?
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. Wine, women...
What do you plan to do now you're a...
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and one.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off, but I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Good day to you. God be with you.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here.
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, and we are both a little unfamiliar. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred, and this is Samuel.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need, and why would they not stare?
Are you here to...
We have more serious matters. The situation in the town and the kingdom. You have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave.
Everything in good time, Samuel.
Did you come to lend money?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have...
You remind me of my young friend Henry.
Henry? That...
You know each other.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. He's reliable. And for a young stripling, he's been through plenty. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead...
Wait, from Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone. A blacksmith.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous...
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was...
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another...
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have at least none of... He took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry...
Enough. I'd rather have a drink.
For that, there will...
Good hell.
L'chaim.
Everything all right?
I can't wait for it to end.
I reckon you'd have to be pretty brave.
Oh, pretty pissed. We will leave us soon anyway. All of these worthy...
Would you tell me something about your community?
What can I tell? It was never exactly glorious. And now...
Surely it would.
There are many fools who would rather take out their gall on us. And in times of uncertainty, it is...
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation. The hankering for her.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arrêt. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also... à ma manière, hein?
My word.
Mais non! And I'm...
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. How did you end up...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. And only lost it narrowly by an...
That needs some...
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
You're quite...
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Sainte Mère, do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and honor.
My last big battle was...
I've heard of this battle.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me. So I settled down in the...
Then, what are you doing here at a meet...
You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse...
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And...
Where have you been on your trip?
But of course, if you are interested in my greatest journeys, then, and if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was so...
How come
I am operating, as they say. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in...
Dear friends and allies,
In these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary. And here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you
Because I want to put a stop to the and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas.
You've got an...
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on... Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Tell me a bit more about those people.
Certainly.
Botchek of Kunstadt.
That's just the thing. He doesn't play the big game. because he always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a...
He still is. The only one who retained his position. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days... But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the...
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz. And I
was quite surprised to see her here.
A male affair? So far, God, Anna is holding back and behaving like an but don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart...
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her, and that it was thanks to her that he...
What if it...
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it...
Why?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. There aren't many like you.
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck.
Success. God be with you. There's something...
God be with you.
Your diplomat...
No beating around the bush, eh?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady.
To muster an army that Margrave...
Christ! Be praised.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us...
How do you know Liechtenstein?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them, but they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein...
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of them.
Not only for people, but also for good food and...
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have... So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all...
You manage large estates. In return for your generosity,
I've managed quite well up to now, taking care of my own... If you want me to support you, you must give me a good...
Do you have something in particular?
Well, one of the guests here has... something...
Who's that?
Haman... Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him...
Have you fallen out with...
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. They're disappointed that I dared outlive, and the fact that I'm handling his estates makes their...
And these papers,
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain...
You were dealing with the...
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers...
I'm supposed to...
Haman Alder was given the documents to deliver to... He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them. So he...
And the papers,
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a...
All right, I'll help you. Or at...
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put... But watch yourself. Order...
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Butch. I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as...
Ha! Even better. But you won't believe it.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them.
Well. You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my...
I want to have a word with...
Well, I'm having a... For interrupting our conversation.
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, He was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him. Lost everything, and then came...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to all.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
I'm not happy about it. This isn't how I imagined my first...
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man.
So
Stay
quick,
back.
You don't know which end of that thing is up. What's wrong with your legs?
Enough. That will do.
Greetings.
My God, Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a...
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the Archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Why? Well...
So Father would be satisfied, only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since when I was 6 years old. He wouldn't talk to me for a week.
The first time he took me hunting. He let me starve for 3 days until I was able...
Only...
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw... But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why...
Aye.
That sounds very important. After your encounter with Father, it won't... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it.
What else can I do?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
All right, then. You've heard... It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund.
I expect Alder's not the only...
You got...
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds...
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know.
Nice one.
Mind where you're going. Mind where you're going. Schön, dich zu sehen.
And that's exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
It's like I'm invisible or something.
Patrician.
Sir Bocek,
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Jobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're...
On the contrary. I've come here with an idea.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil.
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horse only in order to get them.
You've got my attention.
How can I...
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Ruta.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting...
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord bless me with a large... I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose...
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my... If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom.
Perhaps. Someone of suitable standing, who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
How about you?
He's a youngster.
He may be young. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right...
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy with that state of affairs. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on, despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
So...
You're selling the skin of a boar that's... First, I want a confirmation that the wedding...
And what if Lord...
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one. If he agrees, I'll be happy.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop me.
Sir Hanush.
You do?
Young lord...
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter, I'm not going to
You misunderstood my meaning. I was the...
You arranged a marriage for my ward?
With the niece of Sir Butcher.
Butchekov? Godwin, you conniving...
Oh, fuck.
I don't... So, young Hans...
Niece.
If you're... I'll make sure that you...
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheer!
Cheers to you!
Godwin, we didn't have much time for conversation on the...
With pleasure, sir. Has it... What are you expecting from today's gathering?
Well, but, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely...
I couldn't help but notice your son has...
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose it.
May God grant him. Where did you leave Sir Divish?
Haven't you heard? Lady, no one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, doesn't matter who kneaded the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. May I have a word?
You? Anytime. Unlike this pack of...
Have you got something against...
Their forefathers lived up to their ears in dung. But thanks to the royal mines, they were... And they think that can turn their...
But surely they're not all like that.
Allies or not, some...
Young Lord Capon is finally free again. Let's hope he'll take better care of himself now.
He got a harsh lesson. But at least he might remember to lay off that tomfoolery of his. But if not, War will make a man.
Do you think there's really going to be a war? I mean, a proper one. Not just...
I sincerely hope so. Whoever sits around risks nothing.
What do you think?
Are you testing me? Job's called.
To turn out well for... Some are up to their elbows in silver and blood.
Better make sure you're among the latter, then. And in the meanwhile, help the former to keep their lot. Take a look at that.
What brings you here? You... Greetings.
Aren't you a bit...
What's your problem? The horses are...
God forbid. But standing...
Not really.
I left something behind in the shed.
Is that so?
Oh, just a wee gift for Lord Odorin.
The younger...
Do you think there are two lords of...
All right, all right.
Even though Jobst is right, I'm in favor of decisive...
Exactly why we mustn't push
Me?
too far.
You... Oh, these grand hours. I'd be happier if they just told me in the morning how it all went, and what my boy...
But then you'd miss all the... It seems Liechtenstein's...
And how's he gonna do it? Didn't you see them all...
Well, different...
The only approach that'll work with Sigismund is open resistance.
Let's hope young Lord Capon manages to stay free for a while.
That's one thing you can always count on him for. I'll gladly wager with you he'll end up in some other shit by evening.
God forbid. Henry's not here now.
In that case, it'll be up to you. I'm sure you wouldn't leave him to disgrace himself in front of...
A lot of people think the wealth weather out of feet.
No, that's to be expected. As long as Sigismund has the city council under his thumb.
Well, at least...
Sigismund confiscated his castle and half his estates. Not to mention that his son was killed in the siege of the city.
Sabuchek, you need...
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill...
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yik...
Here's to...
Innkeeper! A beer! It's like I'm invisible or something.
Jesus Christ!
I have a bit...
What game would you like?
Master!
What?
Today's my lucky day. I can feel it in my bones.
See? You can do it. Keep it up.
My
See what
God,
you find so
I'm done.
I just pick them up and throw them, then I pick them up and throw them again. That's all there is to it.
It's a good thing you don't throw like that all the time.
I said as much. You have to have a bit of sense and count the dice.
Here.
Damn it! Good. It has to work out sometime.
My God, what
That's
a
what I'm
fuck
talking
up
about,
again.
damn it! That's how you have to play.
Would you...
What?
Master!
Let's...
What's taking so long?
Oh, Fortuna, may the best player win.
I'll drink to that.
You might even win with that.
I'll have a jug of wine.
Here.
I'm telling you, he fussed me over. Again.
That's enough. Your turn.
Happened to me back in
He's
98.
nothing but a bloody fraud.
Well, that was
Who the hell does he think he is? He's not the one with the itchy prick.
You know how I ended up last time. Puked all over my feet.
He just told me to bugger off.
Have you lost your mind? You're gonna lose everything.
Help him. When it comes to me, he doesn't give a fuck.
Well, you're not afraid of anything.
Hey, you fucking fucker.
If you were smart, you wouldn't be so stupid today.
Today I'm sticking to ale.
That's good too, but you could throw better.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. What can you do?
My, that's what the smiting of Sodom must have looked like. My, that's what the smiting of Sodom must have looked like.
Money, money,
If you were
money.
smart,
It's
you
all
wouldn't be so
mine.
stupid.
Aye. About 3 times already.
They'll what game? Let's.
I'm telling you, you haven't heard this one. Listen up.
I ain't listening to this. Not again.
So, you know about the mill.
Aye.
And about those 3...
Those 3 water sprites at the weir. Aye. You already told me. And about how you were so scared you couldn't get it up.
All right, so you really do remember it. But it's a great fucking story, eh?
What's the hold up? Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain? You're a real fucker. Like a lad. A real fucker. You're my friend. You used to be a real fucker. So what bothered you so much? You're a real fucker, lad. Aye, I know. You said that. But why? Why what? You were just out. Aye, I know. But it's all good, right? That's enough ale for you. Well, when you were young, I'm real. But I like you anyway. All right, we get it.
I'll have some wine.
My God,
Hey,
I'm
innkeeper,
done.
that beer?
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that.
Unbelievable.
Would you like what? Courtier. Aha! I actually...
What are you trying to pull, you scoundrel?
What are you planning for supper? I'd like to go.
And that's exactly why.
Take a look at that. A knife.
Jesus Christ. Greetings anywhere near. Next time, I'll kill him. I will, if he's so much to live long.
Those shenanigans of his have got to stop.
Young Lord Capon is an adult now.
Would you like to... What game would you... Courtier, let's play.
Come on then, show us what you can do, unless you're playing for the first time.
It's like I'm invisible or
My
something. You
God,
were smart.
if things
you
keep
wouldn't be
going that
so
way, I
stupid.
won't get to throw. The dice are falling my way
The
today.
smiting of Sodom must have looked like.
Huh. Damnation! That's awful. That's enough. Your turn. Have you lost your mind? You're going to lose everything. What can you do?
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that.
Service is kind of slow today.
Luck is on my
That's
side.
what the
it seems.
smiting of Sodom must have looked like.
I've got those papers from...
Quiet!
Lady, with all the here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you, noble.
Yes, quite.
How could I...
And to the six...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise...
Is this?
Like I said, Niruk, tell me, Godwin of the House of
I bring nothing from the House of Odoran. But the widow of...
Both of them.
This is going to be a long story, and I could use...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swillpot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz. Your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You... don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say... The others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously.
Where are you going?
And Hungary.
Mind your own.
If Emir is a wasp... Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of Cuman mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in the land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Oderin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall...
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Surely you don't want to...
I sure did. Wojciech made sure... Kulturen Mater, sempiter gravida.
About the girls? Or the piglets? And then you will wake up in a ditch somewhere with a mighty pain.
Wow.
How'd you like a wine? The art of winemaking has a long tradition in La Belle France. Recipes are passed on from father to son. I myself was practically even the French royal cook. The king himself had wine delivered for his table according to my...
I expect his lordship had the best barrels rolled out. Now, if you'd only know...
Best barrels! This wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary, where it would suffice for cleaning wounds and easing pain. For that, the taste is of...
Either. The sausages were when those two by carrying down.
Having a good time?
He's a fucking bore. He's all...
Well, what are you missing? There's wine, food... Well, let's have a game then.
For a coin.
Playing for coins,
I might have something.
And what might...
Let's keep it a...
What the hell?
You bet.
Nice one. That's a good one. Nice.
Greetings.
That's a good one.
G'day.
Nice one. That's a good one. Great!
God be with you, my friend.
God be with you.
Nice.
God be with you.
Nice one. Nice one. What a view. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Greetings.
Great.
Greetings to you too.
What a view. Nice one. Beautiful. Interesting. Beautiful. Beautiful. What a view. Wonder rules.
Sure.
must be maiden in her pew. Parish priest has quite a view, sweating at the altar, nearly drops his saucer. Alleluia, Domine, Alleluia, Domine.
Excuse-moi. The recipe. I'm either the king.
No one's forcing you. At least.
Indeed. En tout cas, judging by how. Give me 100 knives.
Begging to be eaten. I couldn't resist either. Right? The sausage is what you but it's more suited for a ride in the woods or a hunt.
May her marriage to Lord Nathan bring her happiness.
They're young. They'll have plenty of time to cultivate that happiness.
How come you're still here, sir? Weren't you supposed to...
All hail Jobst. He sorted things out here nicely. He got my money for a start, and that's more than I wanted to give him. But you know how it goes. Give them a finger. I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going anywhere, and I sent my captain with him. He's still young and full of piss and vinegar. I'm too old and fond of my comfort.
Did you at least discuss with Hanush where the wedding will take place?
Nothing to discuss. The wedding will take place at our castle Littitz, of course. It's the pride of our family. We can fit in 3 times more people than here, and that still wouldn't be much.
Ah, but there are 2 castles in Rattay. I'd bet my right arm old Hanush will want to have the wedding there.
What? In Rattay? Well, I ought to look into that then.
But deal with him yourself, though. I won't be your gent's messenger anymore.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you, my lady.
It's easy for you to say. You don't have to listen.
I'm having a good... Well, what do you mean? Sure. Hunger, poverty, and plague, it's too much for a man to take. Even men of faith are cowering, faced by evil overpowering.
I'm either the king.
So you're not too...
Comment dire? If you try hard... Give me
Rather, we didn't end up like that.
cavalry.
Good to see you.
Beautiful.
Without any ulterior motives. All, but I'm nothing. It's the... What?
Do you...
Have you ever thought about getting married?
Good day.
I'm having a good time. Well, what are you... Well, let's have a game then. For coin? Playing for coin.
I might have something. But you'll have to...
And what might...
Let's keep...
What the hell?
You bet.
Nice. Beautiful. That's a good one. That's a good one. What a view. Great. That's a good one. Beautiful. And with you? Interesting. Nice one.
Greetings.
G'day. G'day. Nice. Beautiful. Nice one. What a view. What a view. Nice one. Beautiful.
Greetings. Greetings to you, friend.
That's a good one.
God be with you.
G'day, g'day.
The cephalus which cut.
Ben, have you lost your hearing? I'd like to drink a toast with you to... So,
Touching.
come now.
I never had.
True.
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me.
See now. I'll... Only, there's nothing... Fuck.
I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it as...
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his clothes, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those...
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt it.
They got by without it.
Beautiful.
What do you say?
That's a good one. Beautiful.
haven't eaten so well in a long time. Beggars. I'd rather eat well.
The red'll be good, I hope. When it comes to wine, red it is. Christ's blood wasn't white either.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Roothard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
The surrounding Christopher. He can't make it on his own. He's had it!
One step back! Stand your ground! You got him!
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher. He can't make it on his own.
I'll put you to a bloody pole, fucker! Stand your ground! Show your stuff!
We'll Are you going to get to the task or not?
Right on the nugget. Watch out! He's trying some tricks! Hey! Come help me with this bastard! Happy! No trouble! Bloody! You caused him out treating!
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher. He can't make it on his own.
One step back! Stand your ground! Back it out! Drive those horses out!
Right, Gary! What are those fancy moves, fuck's sake?
What are those fancy moves? Get some fuck!
Hardly stand, asshole!
Quick!
I'll hack your ass off!
I'm just getting warmed up, you...
Here you have arsehole, you! You got him! We'll
For the
get you.
cross!
How you doing? Come and get a friend, Who's had it? You won't be able to take another one like that!
For God's will!
Next will be in your bank.
We'll kick you.
Now you're mine, you
That won't work on me.
Take that!
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Oh, fuck me.
Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not e-
Where did they go?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they've...
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly plead.
Be so kind.
What happened?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand.
She was simply in the wrong place.
And they almost killed...
But only almost.
What do you mean, oh?
I got there in time. Christopher tried to defend her father. But...
Old grievances aside, Odorin isn't...
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I won't give up on...
We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghow took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you. But von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
Markvart bragged up and Sigismund promised to make him Lord of Raborsh in return.
When he sees what von Berghow did with it, he'll shit himself.
You find that funny? Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you...
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all who resist him.
Is there anything we...
Definitely not right. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his arm.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked, that is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall.
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to...
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them.
Anyway, we've got work to do.
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know. I'll be with Christopher.
Well, at least it was over quick. Though, you almost took Hinep.
Damn. That dry devil is as tough as old boots. If the horse fell on me, I would get up. One Kunstad was captured, another almost crushed. What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not, they brought it upon themselves. Botchek is as greedy as a pig. Wineg is...
Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it. Tempest lost his life. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning. What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone
Soon he'll get
set his
married
mane
and
and
have a
tail
bunch
on
of
fire.
children.
We can only hope. Good, Dougie. Good boy.
My Tempest lost his life. Put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning. What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
One punched up, captured,
Doing our work.
the other almost
Crushed.
What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not, they brought it upon themselves. Bocce is as greedy as a pig. And Hinek is... well, you know.
Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway.
Spare the animal.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning.
What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
They didn't even spare the animal.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning.
What about your horse?
I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
They didn't even spare the animal.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning.
What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Survived. Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
One punched up, the other off.
Crushed.
What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not.
Interesting. can't go any further. It's too deep.
Leave it alone. It's the two of you. Now we're in.
Good to see you, but
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of my... They could well have... If it hadn't been for you, Henry, Von
Aulett surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Volstein, and they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
We'll figure out a...
But how? Get a grip. Whining... You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get over... Nevertheless, I have to admit it...
Actually, at Sigismund's council, an order was...
God's woo! We need to get back to the city. I'm going with you. Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you stay... Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
Sir Vaculin.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and quite...
Where does the name Brabant?
That is simple. My compatriots call me that because one day I shall tell you about my place of birth. But or would you rather hear how...
Arezzo, Sam.
And so it was. That is where I earned my knighthood from the great Enguerrand de Concy himself, the commander of our Naples campaign. Enguerrand arranged his forces for battle. And I was put in... Out of nowhere, the enemy appeared on our unprotected... But I saw a gap in the enemy's main phalanx. I sounded the... Un chevalier français.
I reckon King Sigismund would think...
That was complete. Alors, I caught them by surprise. I hacked my way to their standard and broke through all the way to the enemy's reservoirs. My... And that is how we won the famous victory at Arezzo. No doubt you had no inkling at Maleshov what a knight you had the honor to meet. And of course...
A bold maneuver.
Quite right. Courage, just as Monsieur Chapon says, audantes fortuna juva. That day I was the bravest of them all and won the day.
So, you disobeyed your commander and left your flank exposed. Your attack could have ended in a total fiasco. You were lucky the others came to...
I hear thee speaking, but you are still wet behind the ears. So, I can forgive you. In short, I saw an opportunity and took it.
What did your commander have to say?
He made me a knight and sent me to the royal court to inform the sovereign.
I reckon he wanted to get you out of his hair.
Do not talk no sense.
What other feats?
Oh, many, mon ami. For one battle does not make a warrior. It would take away to recount them all, so... On the Italian field, we faced John Hawkwood, a ruthless Englishman and a fearsome warrior. Surrounded, we were at his mercy. Night fell, and we knew he would attack at dawn, and that would be it. But just then, Providence...
You went...
Mais non! You cannot... And observed, I mounted my horse and set off to find help. And, as I rode away, by chance, I stepped it up, thinking we were trying to break through. Les Anglais went to head them off. But while the English were occupied with Mycenae, I saved many men from certain death that night, and, many lords from the disgrace of capture. Needless to say...
That is in... But you were just trying...
I wanted to break Rion, but as I say, I merely follow Providence. And she guides my steps. From triumph to triumph. Stick close to me, Henri.
How did you save the king?
With Providence as my guide. I came to the court from the field of battle to bring news of our victory. Because, and remember this, the bearer of good news is always rewarded and cherished. But the king was in a bad mood and maybe I thought the news of our victory...
How could you tell him if he didn't be disturbed?
Ha! I climbed up to his balcony and into his chambers to surprise him with the joyful tidings. And lo and behold, the king was writhing and gasping on the floor. Wasting not a moment, I dashed over to him and unblocked his throat. In return, the king bestowed on me the title of a chanson, or cupbearer, and other generous gifts. And I then spent a while in his service at court. Unfortunately, though, even the king's favor does not last forever, and...
What happened at court that...
Well, perhaps I shall tell you some other time. Would you not rather hear about the...
Tell me what happened at court that court...
Ah, a major setback and a gross injustice, mon ami. It is an unhappy memory, because it was...
It's nothing to be ashamed of. We can all learn from our failures.
Oui. I suffered a combination of misfortunes all at once. But bad luck in business and on a hunt.
Luckery and Cargouche. Sounds like a pair...
En aucun cas. Jacques Le Gris and Jean... These two great knights were in a legal dispute over an estate. But above all, when de Carouge was on a campaign, Le Gris fornicated. She claimed that he had raped her, while he said he had seduced him. And because everyone swore to their own truth on the Bible, first they jousted. Then they fought on foot with sword and axe. Le Gris thought victory was in his grasp, but de Carouge suddenly pounced on him, wrested him to the ground, and even so, Le Gris refused to admit his guilt, and de Carouge drove it. And if you promise not to tell, I will let you into...
Tell me the secret.
Bien. As I say, de Carouge killed Le Gris with a dagger. And I found that a blessed blade, an instrument of divine justice. The dagger that ended the last trial by combat France ever witnessed. An item of great value. So, I had several copies made and sold them to rich French noblemen. That is how I first came into wealth. And I used the coin to buy the horse and...
Ha!
You still have a lot to learn, mon ami. But you're young, you have plenty of time. Just keep your mind and eyes open, like I did. It was one of the greatest things I ever saw, and I have seen a lot. Half of France came to watch, including the king himself. I later told the story to anyone who was interested. One of my listeners... I could have written it myself, of course, but I am happy to help.
You were in business?
Of course. I come from Brabant province. Oh, my birthplace gave me an unrivaled nose for corn and the reputation of a financial expert. I was nicknamed the Seer of Louvain. That is, until I persuaded an important nobleman to invest a large sum in maritime trade with Africa. All the ships he bought sank in a tempest. He had to sell off part of his estates to pay off his creditors. Of course, he wrongly blamed me for everything and turned many influential courtiers against me. But my advice was sound. He was simply punished by God for fornicating with every wench from the Pyrenees to Brittany. Bragging about it and thus bringing shame. I told him as much, but some people never admit.
A sea voyage from France to Africa? You must have known that was a massive risk.
A risk, perhaps. But think of the fortune to be made. A man must think big if he wants to achieve greatness.
Oh, big idea. Storms. You should have tried the Baltic trade route.
You are right. But that is under Hanseatic control and there is too much competition. Africa, mon ami, that is the land of opportunity. The Arabs sell to the Portuguese via Ceuta and they sell on to us. Just imagine selling further and trading directly with African kings. Cutting out all of those middlemen. Remember this, because one day...
What was the hunting incident?
We were out in the royal hunting grounds when I caught sight of her. There had long been rumors about it, so imagine I set off after it, pierced its flank with arrows, and unleashed. When I arrived, it turned out that my aunt had not killed a stag, but I fell out of her favor, and all...
that could have happened to...
Quite right. A misfortune like that, which could indeed happen to anyone, would make lesser men, but the other lords were afraid I would outshine them, so they were...
Tell me about Brabant.
Quite far. From Bohemia, you would go to Bunburg and then follow the river Main until it joins the Rhone. Then you sail down the Rhone until it reaches the sea. And there, between the river and La Flandre, you will find Brabant, Anvers, Bruxelles, Louvain, and many others. But those three cities are the equal of Paris, Rome, or your Prague. Both the Dukes of Burgundy and the Imperial Princes would like to annex our land to theirs, because its flourishing trade has made it rich. But like everywhere else, you can only come into wealth by birth or by enterprise. Which is how I did it.
How did you end up?
Leaving the court with a modest sum. I launched to visit. I traveled a lot, spending time in various countries, and having many great adventures. When I learned that l'Empereur Charles, that great friend of France, had built the magnificent city of Prague in...
So people in foreign countries speak highly?
Bien sûr! It was abroad that I heard of King Wenceslas' Silver City and its reputed vast wealth. I bought the abandoned Miskowitz estates and shares in the Kuttenberg mines. And for a time I settled here to provide for myself and wait for King Wenceslas, whom I wished to... But even here fate did not let me be. When Sigismund brought his army to the city, I appointed myself to lead its defense. For how better to make King Wenceslas aware of me than by saving his beloved city? Victory was assured, but the burghers had other ideas. The city was handed over to the enemy, and I with it, stripped of my possessions. I languished in captivity, until fate again stepped in by sending you to...
Sir Vaclin, I'm surprised how...
Where do you think? Here, of course! Ce n'était même pas difficile. Perhaps I have already mentioned that I am guided by Providence? She endowed me with me. I can communicate almost everywhere in the world. and learn every new tongue in a trice. I now speak French, German, Italian, Latin, Hungarian, and Czech. Some English, though. That is only a necessary evil.
Thanks for sharing your stories with me, sir. What do you think of our band of out...
Well, I cannot say I expected to end up in this kind of company, but a man must accept...
What do you think is...
The Chevalier Jan? Well, he's not doing badly for a minor nobleman, but I think he will never be accepted among the higher nobles and knights. That takes a lot more. Mark...
I can't get Catherine out of my head. I'm sure you have more experience of love than me. What do you make?
Ah, you're right. But for my tastes, Mademoiselle Catherine is of somewhat aged vintage. Though, I have to admit...
That's not really what I meant. Why is a...
Là est la question. I had the feeling...
So do I. But what?
I have no idea. But she is fond of you, if you ask me. Try asking her. And maybe some...
Oh, come on.
I am a good judge of people, trust me. L'amour.
What do you think of Sir Hynek?
Ah, le diable sec. A capable chevalier. But I do not trust him. There is treachery in his eyes.
You think so?
My instinct rarely lets...
How do you get on with Janosch and Adder?
Oh, those two. Once in Kuttenberg, I also had a servant who pretended not to understand me and thought I did not understand him when he spoke German in my presence. But he was wrong. There is no...
How do you get on with Sir Hans?
Oh, young Lord Chapon may be inexperienced and hot-headed at times, but he's the one of the few here who knows how to play chess. And I have a great respect. Needless to say, he has not... Godwin and Jeska can also play. Ah, and that devil in press clothing bit me.
Have you met God?
The priest who is very skilled with a sword. Priests should not be such good swordsmen. That is what knights like me are for. In addition, he can play chess just as well as he wields a sword. And in drinking wine, he beats even the best Frenchmen.
What do you think of...
A good warrior. But he has no morals and no manners. Like all men.
Well, I don't think he can.
And that is just the problem. How can you...
About this mer...
Far away from Kuttenberg. So what?
I don't think
any one of us could have come to a bad end.
Would it be and they must have been surprised too. They were only going up. Soldering.
Get bodies out.
The other off. What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not?
What do you make of this
He's unquestionably a He rambles on a lot, though. My head... Although it was better than being stuck there. Otherwise, he seems to me like if a little...
I honestly can't... He's as full of tales as an old fishwife. And half of them sound...
no one's... As for his constant chatter, and ideally not get locked... On the other hand, when Sigismund invaded, he could have easily just stepped... Instead, he gave him a chance to prove himself.
Oh, but... What happened when von Bergov hauled you off after the Nabokov battle?
It was a dreadful journey. Jesus, don't even remind me. It was a bit better in Malashov. Apart from being locked up, of course.
Did anything happen?
No. But it took ages to get to Mal. I was traveling with von Owlet's minions. They hauled me in one of the... They treated my wounds a bit, but I was still in a real...
What did they do with you?
Nothing much. They took care of my wounds, and then... But they treated me decently, as befits a noble. Von Bergov came asking questions a couple of times. Only I almost went mad from being cramped in that damned room.
What was the problem?
That I couldn't get out of there. You saw yourself when you came for me, did I was... It's just that since Nabokov, when they shot the tower right down on my head and I was stuck there... Well, Since then, actually, I never did. I always preferred to be outdoors. But since Nabokov, I had a feeling the roof would fall on my head again and I'd be buried alive.
I understand. It's a bit awkward for you that the nobility...
That's a fact. Once I get my hands on my estates, I'll build a new castle that only has huge rooms and lots of spacious courtyards. And above all, no secret passages.
Great. I'm really looking forward to this new castle of yours.
You can be the castellan or something. Don't worry, I won't forget you. I'll even have a forge built so you feel right at home.
They didn't let you out at all?
No. They let us walk around the fortress a bit. We even went out for a ride twice, but they watched us like... But most of the time we were in that... Like I say, I'm really glad you got me out of that.
What did Von...
Just the usual courtesies. The captivity of nobles has to observe certain formalities, you know? They behaved fairly respectfully, but of course he was fishing about Radzig and Hanush and especially Jobst. What they're planning, how many men they have on the field, who else they're negotiating.
What did you tell him?
Nothing that he didn't already know. I played as dumb as the village idiot. I only told him they sent us with that message and discussed the rest when we were gone.
And did he swallow it?
I think he suspected I was bluffing a bit. And then he tried to loosen my tongue by letting me go hungry for a while. But he soon gave up when he saw...
My word. Nice work. But the main thing is, you're alive and kicking.
Indeed.
Thank God for small mercy. Otherwise, Rabor would be left without a law.
Let's fight.
Because I can't now.
We can only hope. Now we're in it with them anyway.
They didn't even spare the animals.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 like him. What about you?
Go! No. You shouldn't leave now. No. I shouldn't leave now.
Fell on me, I wouldn't get up again. One can't hope his father comes back soon.
Yes.
No one knows where they are. The others
Pull yourself lying dead outside.
But we did not.
Young Sir Christopher came out of it.
But he'll live, right?
He should. He was covered in blood, but most of it probably wasn't. No one knows what ordered him. The others don't mourn just yet.
Did I say anything like that?
Young Sir Christopher came out of it.
But he'll live, right?
He should. He was covered in blood, but most of it probably wasn't his.
Thank God for small mercies. Otherwise, Rabosh would be left without a law.
No one knows where they took order. The others don't mourn just yet.
Did I say anything like that?
Young Sir...
Sam, I need to have a...
Uh-huh. Just tell him.
What did you talk...
We talked about your...
Why?
It's true, I did not. But I remember how I stared at your sword when we first met. Well, the thing is, I am I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes. His son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and Martin lived with me and Ma.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart. Nothing. Proof, perhaps, that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the...
The king has approved that...
He's no king to me. He's a...
What's a gazette?
That is hard.
Nonsense. It is Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide them, and all that.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to... We need to get back into the city and get the people. Will you come with us?
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not waste...
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of... And I see, instead of that, you have a mass...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean.
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right.
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Let's go.
Borekata Adonai.
Beautiful. Interesting.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it.